Welcome to Building Your T-Shirt Empire, powered by ShirtAgency.com. Get ready to take a trip inside the apparel industry for the best tips, tricks, and interviews. And now, here's your host, Cole Lundstrom.
So, hello, Ryan, you're here.
I'm here.
How's it going?
It was early this morning.
Yeah, what time did you fly in?
We left at 5 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Brought Justin with me.
Yeah, well, Justin's off camera, but there he is. He's double cameraing.
Yeah.
So, what are you here to talk about today? You've got the Made to Make It going, and you were talking about marketing because you had heard the Grandline version, the Grandline podcast.
It was awesome. That was a cool, spur of the moment thing of these guys. They're actually our closest shop to us. I could throw a stone and hit. I heard Mark bragging. He's like, just bragging. We're really close to Ryan.
Yeah, right. That's apparently like his big thing. He's proud of it.
Apparently, we need to go over and show them how to use their press a little bit better. But the exercises you went through in the book and then just the marketing stuff, I was like, man, how much has marketing changed since I started? Because when I started, YouTube wasn't around, all the social media channels weren't around.
Yeah.
But the stuff that you were doing on SEO, I was like, a lot of it was the same and relevant. So I thought it was interesting. And then just talking about that breakdown of that shop, it was really cool listening to you go through some of the exercises with them. And wow, that is a really valuable thing for somebody to walk through.
Yeah.
And more shops should do it, or maybe that's something that we could offer people, as part of the band membership or something like that, where they get, some kind of actually kind of plan where you kind of walk through those exercises, because I think there's 70 exercises or so in the book.
Oh yeah, and you've got spots in the book to actually write in your notes and stuff.
Is this your well written?
No, it's. I mean, this is the official non written version.
Torn. Have you actually done some of the exercises?
Yeah. I just did it on my phone and stuff because that way I had notes on me.
That's the best way to do it.
I mean, this one has. Hey, it has a signature, Ryan, so I can't just mark it up. Yeah. This is going to be valuable.
This one's been through the wash, I think, a couple times.
Oh, there you go. Just in the back of the jeans.
Oh, there it is. It's got my notes in it. We're on the second version of it.
Are you guys going to do a audiobook version? Because I bet that would work pretty well.
So I got all the way through doing an audiobook version, and then I realized it sucked. Literally,
Is it you reading?
Oh, yeah. And that's why we're covering this topic in this growth section of the book. I'm the worst reader in the world. You ever watch the what was it, Dennis the Menace, the movie?
Yeah.
Where his babysitter's reading to him and he can't read at all. That's how I read anyway. So we did it with Brett from Printed Threads.
Yeah. And
actually just went through
he's animated.
Yeah, sometimes, depending on the season that he's in.
Yeah.
He has 4 seasons, which depends on the day and also, what the weather looks outside. But and the alcohol involved. But
he can get real animated then.
Yeah. So we just walked through and we just kind of did the illustrations like you did a lot of the exercises, and then used real world examples of how to illustrate a point the book was trying to make in real life.
What's the thing that you've been seeing from people who are new shops that is the most successful shift from kind of what you saw 14 years ago? I mean, is there something that people are doing? Is it all social media or?
No, it's great now because 14 years ago when we started, first of all, everyone wanted a contract print.
Yeah.
That was I'm going to start a contract
because it was just volume.
Yeah, which there was actually a need for, because during that time, it was early 2000s, a lot of the big contract shops have gone away. There used to be these shops with hundreds of automatic presses, and they got outsourced and overseas in China, or Asia or Mexico or wherever. So there was this niche needed for small contract shops. It might be serving the local school market or whatever. And everyone wanted to start up a screen printing business to print contract shirts, essentially. And now what I see is the people that are doing, you can start a screen printing shop, find a niche. That niche is so important, though. But if you find a good niche, bam, you can make $1 million business, $500,000 business pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Just by serving a market niche. And that was one of the interesting things, kind of walking through the Grandline podcast of because I've talked to them about their market niche. And it was interesting because you guys kind of went into a different direction than the discussions that I've had with them. But I think they could just completely own that Russian market. I wouldn't have done any of the ads in English.
Oh, just go like
I just got a straight Russian, or like
that's a good idea
because like there's no screen printers that serve that market.
Because I was getting a lot of answers out of them. It was like they kind of wanted to do churches, and then they kind of wanted to do anyone who walked in the door. Like they didn't feel that nailed down yet.
No, I mean and in our sector for per capita screen printers in Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver, Washington, it's insane. I mean, it's like 2,000 screen printers in that like metro area. So there's a lot. But even then, just the stuff that you were doing was already having an immediate effect. Oh, I'm sliding on camera there.
We have to be nice and together.
We're wearing PD Shirts of the Month shirts.
This is a secret shirt society, so if you Google it, you can also find it.
Yeah, Printed Threads does it. PD's Secret Shirt Society.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to watch you walk in with it. I was like, oh, this will work out great. It's a nice ad.
Yeah. Normally I wear blank shirts, but then I just decided to wear printed shirts today.
Yeah.
This is nice. It's not an Allmade shirt, but we do need to do this color.
I like the color.
Is
it it's probably a Bella?
Yeah, definitely a Bella. Yeah. They have more colors than we do. But that's one of the things.
Infinite colors.
I learned a lot. I took a lot from our last conversation down here of like how to kind of shift. Selling T-shirts, I think, is way harder than selling screen printing supplies.
So what's going on with Allmade? What's the update? I mean, you're, year and a half in, or year in since launch?
Well, a year ago, we were barely making our first shirts.
Yeah.
So, it launched about a year and a half ago, but we really didn't have shirts done until September of last year. So, our volume's not quite to, we're adding a good number of customers, but our volume is not quite to where it needs to be yet. And that's kind of critical for the factory because we have 3 lines going. We can make about 8,000 shirts a day right now. And volume needs to get up to that point. I don't think there's many days where we sell, 8,000 shirts.
Yeah.
Which is fine because we're in like a ramp up stage. We want to build that inventory. So what we're deciding to do, a lot of it from our last conversation, and then just conversations, is go a little bit broader with the current fabric and colors that we have. So we're doing tanks, adding 4X shirts and doing a couple different styles of tanks, and then adding colors. Just because we already have customers that are buying it, but a lot of times one of the things you said is like there's not enough color selection,
Yeah, or people. I mean, we've had issues with people wanting just like a solid green or not the heather green or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you can sell the story pretty well, and then there's some limitation because it's maybe a high school color or something like that.
Yeah, Roger was just back in India where he was looking at this kind of fabric, like more like straight cotton.
Yeah.
And he found some amazing organic cotton options. So the goal is to create.
So is that coming 100% organic?
100% or 100% like
or maybe
organic
like
or an organic blend. Yeah. But should be in that lower price point, not quite the tri-blend price point. To make an organic U.S. cotton shirt, we'd have to wholesale for like $7. It's because it's so expensive, U.S. organic. But he's certified organic. It's all fair trade. He went and saw all the factories and super stoked. He's got a bunch of samples.
So the people selling Allmade now with like the higher price point, what are they doing right? I mean, what's their marketing approach?
It's really going after the right customers. So the ICP, we call it something different in the book, like what's your ideal customer? But it is ICP stands for ideal customer profile. And it's a customer that they're probably not in the commoditized t-shirt space directly yet because the commoditized t-shirt space wants a low-cost shirt. And this isn't a low-cost shirt. So they're typically like a brewery or a restaurant or a food company or some type of clothing company that's catering to a retail market. So that's kind of the profile. They care about things they care about. It's like obviously environment, better quality,
and probably selling
recycling.
Direct. They have no wholesale level in between.
Well, a lot of the printers are printing for the wholesaler to that brand or whatnot.
But I mean, like we've printed a few jobs that ended up in like Urban Outfitters or something. And after we printed it, they sold it to Urban for like $570. So the prices are slashed so low you can't even get the blank at that price.
So you were contract printing for them?
Yeah, we were contract printing for people who were selling to Urban, and Urban was saying like, sure, we'll buy it for $5, $5.50, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting stuck using like Hanes. There was no other option.
Yeah.
I mean, Urban Outfitters has actually really low quality like t-shirts. They have some better quality stuff that's not like graphic tees, but a lot of their graphic tees are printed on really cheap blanks because of that like competitive price point. Which
is weird because they're selling them in the store for like what, $20?
Yeah, but you'll see when they go on sale, sometimes their clearance rack is like $8 and stuff.
Oh yeah, and then that way they still make money at that price point.
Yeah, they're still okay.
Yeah, it's been an interesting thing. So what we're trying to help people do is find those customers and then make sure there's sample programs we can support with to get into those types of customers. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to go pitch this to a school that's buying Hanes, it's like don't even waste your time.
Yeah, why do it?
Unless that school has some other type of thing that they want to support, the orphan care or something like that. But if you're just comparing this shirt that's made completely differently than this shirt and trying to sell it against it, just go find a different customer. Don't waste your time. Mm-hmm. So, anything that we can help with our customer base from a sampling program or a special program, even with the volumes, we're working with a couple companies that we're actually doing some private label stuff or some co-label stuff. So.
Yeah, so going back to marketing in general, maybe just for like a smaller screen printing shop, what are you seeing working with some of the guys that are, like you're just seeing them grow and grow and grow? What would you suggest to some of those guys that are, not seeing that kind of instant growth line?
Well, you find depending where you're at the scale, if you're already established, you can go and look at what are your best customers. Do a Pareto. You know what Pareto is?
No.
So Pareto is like an 80-20 graph. So it's awesome because I do it with Allmade customers every single month. What are our top, how many customers are taking up the top 80% of our volume?
Okay.
And you'll find that it's always a small number. Typically, the number's flipped, if not even higher. With Allmade, it's like 5% of our customer base takes up 80% of our sales.
Right.
So then we go and look at those top customers, the customers that are taking 80% of the volume, and why are they successful? Well, they're successful because A, they're running either running their own brand, or B, they're going after those ICPs. So you do this. If a customer wants to grow with your best customers, and listen to them, ask them, and then go find more of them. That's like your number one thing. There's probably more business you can get from them. To what other services, what other things, what other ventures can you collaborate together and go get? And then 2 is how do you find another one of those same people before you even go out and look for other customers?
We've actually experienced this exact same thing. Like we'll have one client give us a $36,000 order. Mm-hmm. And then, how many small clients does it take to equal 36 grand when you're doing like $500 orders? So would you do this rule all the way to like the detriment of your small clients? Like even potentially alienating the small clients because you're focusing on growth?
Well, it's not the small clients. They're just not doing that much business with you. Your next 80% of your volume might be within the 20% of your business right now. But it's identifying what's unique about that top customer base. So then the first place you go before you start looking at other people is you start going and looking at who else fits this mold. So this time, one of the commonalities in the top 15 customers of Allmade was Haiti experience. Mm-hmm. So then I looked in the second tier of customers and saw people coming up and put out invites for those shops to come with us next week to Haiti. And I think 3 or 4 of them are coming.
When do you guys fly out?
Well, Saturday night, get there Sunday, midday.
Cool.
And so it's interesting with business owners. They don't plan.
No
plans. But if you say, hey, you want to go to Haiti next week? Like, sure, I'm in.
Yeah, right.
It's horrible for travel.
If you say, do you want to go to Haiti in 4 months? It's like, no, I don't want to go.
But next week, I'm in.
Yeah, because you're like picturing your next, enough to know that you want to get out of next week's work or whatever. It's like, it's an adventure.
So I'm excited about that. So basically it's like, and then you can go outside, and when you're getting new business or you're getting leads, you're like, bam, that is my ideal customer. Like, I'm going to latch on. I'm going to put these programs together, these marketing campaigns together that helps them be successful. Mm-hmm. So it's not just about because you're providing a value when you're screen printing. You're not, unless you're just a commoditized, production printer, even then you provide some type of unique proposition, unique value. So you find out what value serves those ideal customers, and then you just replicate that over and over and over again, and then, build that loyalty, and that allows you to go deeper.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I see that. We just did class. You can see how wrecked the shop is. It's like, I see these people take the class, and I feel like I want to tell them to focus on sales almost above all else, because the actual act of screen printing requires skill, and it has a craft to it. But you can be the best screen printer in the world and not make money. Yeah. And so focusing on the business side of the business is really critical to growth. Because I've known a lot of really great screen printers, and they're not doing that much in sales.
I've known a lot of horrible screen printers that kill it.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Ryan.
No, you're right. You don't have to be the best printer, because if you go look at what's selling in the stores, it's not. We were talking about Urban Outfitters. It's not that great,
right?
Plus, most designs that sell is simple. I rarely wear a shirt over 3 or 4 colors. Rarely. So you don't have to have the most intense designs. Your design that is an 18 color, perfectly registered,
they
simulated.
Almost never work.
Yeah, they're 1 in 1,000 would actually hit it big.
Yeah, the only people that's worked for with us were we did it for 2 Chainz, we did it for Brockhampton, and Post Malone. Those were the 3 shirts where they were ridiculous, and it worked because people were into it. But if you're doing something that's branded, more for something like a brewery, it makes no sense. Yeah, you can go 1-2 color and completely succeed.
So what we've been doing with our Allmade shirts and our customers is we're actually helping our customer market the shirt, market themselves. So what's different? Well, the shirt's different. It's great. It creates it's a smoother print bed. It creates a better quality print. It's made from recycled materials. It lasts longer because of the model. It's got stronger tensile strength, so it doesn't wash and tear up as much. And then, so if you're printing for a run, we'll support a sample program that puts 6 shirts on at the end of the run. You're already printing, the screens are already set up, bam, bam. Those go with marketing material at the top of the box. Thanks for your order. Here's 6 extra shirts. Check them out, wear them, wash them, feel them, give them to your customers.
Are you doing that for all Allmade customers now? Or
yeah, anyone that we can help with.
Wow.
And so, cool. and then, or is there an ICP that you can go target that maybe is not ordering from you, and then we can win together. So go in, create a custom design, print 12 shirts, 24 shirts. 1 color, make it simple so you're not wasting time registering, doing artwork. Do it with water-based, do it with discharge, do it something soft, it kind of blends, premium, and then go in there and deliver it and say, hey, I made these shirts for you. I think it's a different take than what you currently have right now. Try to sell them. Yeah. And if they sell better, than the next shirt, come back and order more from me. And it works 90%. I don't know, I have data on it, but it works.
Oh, yeah, when you put that shirt next to a cheap shirt, everybody can tell. There's somebody with absolutely no education in T-shirts can still just touch it and like it, even without all the story behind it. It obviously just feels better than most commodity, carded open-end garments. Yeah,
it's a great fabric. That's why we want to do more with the more colors and stuff with the fabric. In fact, I had a large Allmade shirt that's been my pillowcase since I got back from Haiti last time, in January, and I haven't washed it. It's been fine. Amanda washed it this weekend.
It may not be fine. It's just you're okay with it.
No, it's seriously because the fabric's antimicrobial, so it doesn't stink.
Is that because of the water bottles or the modal?
It's the modal, yeah.
Oh, the modal.
Yeah. Huh. And poly is not that. It doesn't really absorb that much, But rayon is bad. Rayon. I remember all American Apparel shirts, you get that under a tri-blend stink. And once you get the tri-blend stink, it never goes away. Over. Yeah. Allmade shirts don't have that.
Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do is an entire marketing campaign. No tri-blend stink. That's the whole new campaign.
Could work.
So what is the plan moving forward, over this next summer? Is there anything that we can blatantly expect to have launch, either with Ryonet or Allmade?
So Ryonet, we're doing the book's coming out again, version 2.
And version 2 has updates or
updates, some copy edits.
Yeah.
Because version 1 had some mistakes in it, mainly due to the way it got laid out. So copy edit some updates and then a vlogcast that goes along. Instead of the audiobook, we're doing a vlogcast podcast, and then once those all get launched, we'll put them together in an audiobook.
And those are just free regardless, or you get it when you buy the book?
Not the podcast. The vlogcast will be free. Podcast will be free, and then the completed version will be like along with the book.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
And then we have a couple new new things coming out with the rock equipment, continuing to just really get customers on efficiency, effectiveness. Nothing really earth-shattering, just continually, improving the automation of the industry.
What's going on with the rock hybrid? Because every time I see it blows my mind, but it seems like it's still so like upper echelon. Is there any plan to bring it down market eventually?
Well, what's down market?
I mean, under 100K?
So it's all relative, right?
Yeah.
It's the same. So what we've come up with, we were in Portugal like 2 weeks ago, is called the Rock Now.
Oh, okay. What's that going to be?
The Rock Now is an oval, a small oval, like 16 pallet L. You can go XL, but if you want to just get into space, so it's about the size of your dryer, maybe a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And then
20-something feet.
2 hybrids.
Wow. And
so you got hybrid underbase, hybrid overprint, plus screen, plus irons, plus flash dryers, all in one.
And that's going to be,
$500,000 roughly. So about the same price as an Avalanche.
Yeah.
But way more, like way faster, way more redundancy. Because think about that, so a digital head is like, I don't know, under 200K. And you can have an extra one sitting there ready to go in case you have an issue with one. If you buy an all-in-one inclusive solution, whether it's an Aeon or a Cornette or whatever, if that goes down, you're down.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, you literally could have that plus, two print heads already, plus another one to even add additional color or go faster or redundancy.
Does the Rock Hybrid make sense, though, for like the print-on-demand market?
That
or is
does.
it just mass production DTG?
That does. So at SGI, our goal is to the hybrid doesn't, because you got to underbase it,
right?
And by the time you do that, you have to.
It's like you have to do 1,000 of the same DTG, basically.
Yeah, but the now, is perfect because it underbases white with the print head, and then it overprints color. So now
is it fast?
Yeah, underbase white, and you're going like 350, 400 an hour probably
on DTG. Wow,
yeah.
That's amazing. And there's no pre-treat at that point.
There is a pre-treat screen. Either a pre-treat sprayer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's just inline.
Inline, yep.
Huh.
Pre-treat applicator, and then an iron, and then hit it, and then iron, flash, iron, hit it. So with the irons, you can really get a great print bed. Because one of the things that sucks about DGE printing is like how much ink you have to actually use. But with proper application of the ink, with screen printing, if you're able to get a shirt, a tighter knit shirt, you need way less ink. So basically with the iron, even on card and cotton shirts, you can get that knit to go in. So basically, literally, you're taking a barcode, and oh man, and I should show you these packing solutions they have. It's insane. They have these packing solutions that literally will pack and sticker a shirt, one shirt at a time.
Automated.
So, literally all in one. Like our goal, I don't know if it's going to hit by SGIA or Long Beach or whatever, is like literally you go up, you scan an image, put it on the press, it prints, comes off on the folding line, packs it, bags it individually, UPS stamps it out the door without a human touching it.
Oh my God. So yeah, and then that would be a solution for, the big boys obviously to begin with, like something like Amazon Merch. That would be an amazing solution compared to how they're running it now.
Yeah. A lot of that automation they have in the program side, but with the unique, so Rock's really focusing on the front end and the back end of the equation. Like how can the digital printers change, and then the back end of it's not just, if you look at a screen printing department, a big shop, they have more people in fulfillment than they do in press.
Yeah. Fulfillment's a nightmare.
So with the automation on the folding lines, they've really, that's what we're going to go check out later today, is the updates they've done on the folding lines to make them a little bit more bulletproof and then easier to run, a little bit less training needed.
So we'll have to call Grandline and see what they've been actually accomplishing.
Should we call them?
I bet they'd answer your.
Yeah.
They'll answer one of us.
Yeah, you try to call them.
Let's see.
Hey, Cole, what's up, my man?
Hey, we're on a podcast talking about you.
And we figured since we're talking about you, we'd allow you to prove that you're still getting work done.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what's been going on at the shop?
Actually, it's been getting a lot better. We try to keep Mark only on the press, which instead of getting like one order done a day, we've been consistently getting 3 orders done.
That's good. It's 300% improvement.
There you go.
So that was a big change that we needed to do, which is really good.
What'd you end up doing with your marketing? How did you end up fixing some of that?
With marketing, I decided to sort of honestly, I kept testing different ads, like you said, and what I saw brought the most results was actually being more personal. So I mean, me and Mark are both young guys, right? And it seems like people are more interested in the fact that we have something, like we're young guys and we're trying to make it, I guess is what I'm saying. So, and I started seeing a lot more comments, a lot more views, a lot more Facebook messages, Instagram DMs,
So, like, what's an example of one of the ads you wrote? Is it like, "Hi, I'm a young guy and I need work"?
No, literally, I just did a picture. I took a picture of me and Mark next to the rock, right? And I was like, "Hey, we're Grandline. We offer, great quality shirts at super fast turnaround." I didn't say anything about price because we don't want to be the cheapest printers out there.
Yeah.
I said customer service is number 1 for us, and I said, stop by. We'll even make you a latte or a cup of coffee. And I had
Lattes.
tons of comments.
They like that.
They do.
And I probably got maybe like 10 different messages, and then I closed on most of those orders.
That's awesome.
That's perfect. You can totally scale that up.
Nice, man.
So what did it cost to get 10 messages?
I think it was like something around at that time it was like about $150.
All right, so like $15 a lead. That's doable.
And what percentage did you close out of those?
Every single one of them except, actually only one I didn't. He was
9 out of 10 is
Dude.
sweet.
High fives.
Spend
That's
more
awesome.
money if that's
Yeah.
working.
That's now the trick is to create that experience so that it can scale past you. How do you create that experience so you could do 100? And that's probably going to be more than you, right? So that's
for sure.
That's awesome, man. And the coffee's good too. I've had one there. Your dad makes coffee.
So I mean, we're just kind of learning. I mean that I'm not saying that that's gonna. I mean, it could possibly, like you're saying, possibly that scale, but I feel like I never even tried that before. And Cole gave me the idea to just test stuff. Does that work? Does that not? Does that work? Does that not? I mean, it all depends, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, I would say 9 out of 10 is a good test. It's a good. That's
success on an ad, in my opinion.
I was talking to somebody that was doing a new product, and I asked him what his sell-in was percentage and what his sell-through was reorders, and he said 10 out of 100, 10%, and then 10% reorder. I was like, dude, time to move on. Next idea.
Yeah, because clearly people aren't loving it.
But 9 out of 10, that's like, okay, time to do another round.
Trying to do something,
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, because once you max out your own sales capabilities, I mean, it's not that hard to find someone with a good personality who can help you with sales.
There you go. That's actually true.
Yep.
Just max yourself out first.
Nobody will do it as good as you, right? If you're the business owner and you care about your business.
I don't know. No.
Yeah, I disagree.
There's a lot of things you don't want me doing, that's for sure. I mean, there are people who definitely have skills that you're not going to have.
Yeah.
And they'll be great at different jobs.
I am not the best salesperson around it. That is for sure.
No. I didn't mean like I'm not the business owner's the best. but I'm saying if you're not going to do it, if you're not going to lead your business, right? No one else is going to do it for you. You have to be that first starter push.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if Ryan Moore didn't start it, right, then
No,
you
and
could hire anybody.
even now, I mean, even like with Apple, like Steve Jobs would go out and he would pitch it, and he would see how his pitch went before it ever went to market. So that's the same way. Like now, like Allmade, I'm pitching Allmade and seeing how the pitches work with our customers and how strategies can work with our customers before like we hand it over to the sales team. So I do agree, like the business owner or the leader or the person in charge of sales and marketing essentially for the brand to test those ideas first and then scale them.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's a good point.
Well, thanks for answering
Yeah,
the
man.
phone.
Good job. Do you guys need any help with your squeegees?
Squeegee.
With our squeegees?
Yeah, you guys had a whole discussion about squeegees, about green ones and triple durometers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been testing a few different squeegees, and it makes a big difference. We didn't even know that. I mean, right? You switch your squeegees around, but it's just such a question in the back of your mind.
Which ones did you end up with?
I don't know. That would be a Mark question. He's printing, right?
Well,
I'd have to talk.
we need to cut a hole in the fence because it's way too hard to walk around the fence. So that way
That's a good idea.
we can
That's
just
a good idea.
come right over.
Yeah, and if
You
the
should just
city
create
doesn't
like a
let,
little
we can
hallway
build
or
a
like dig a
tunnel.
tunnel.
Yeah, we can dig a tunnel.
Underneath would be pretty
yeah.
dope.
There you go. I think a tunnel would be a good idea too.
That's like how the basketball players get in Staples Center.
Oh no, a zip line from the top of the roof to the
Zip
that would be the best.
Genius.
Because there's this
Well,
fence. I don't know if we can cut a hole in the fence.
Amazon makes,
Who owns it?
smart enough drones.
You own it?
Yeah, drones. Yeah, best sales gift I've ever gotten. I got a drone.
Oh yeah, which one?
Literally, somebody wants to get our business. They're like PayPal lending, and they give a drone. Like that's their
That's
in,
expensive.
and they've never followed up.
They never called?
So now you just have this drone. Yeah,
Wow.
I am gonna email them because that was a really nice.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
really
good
nice
one.
for somebody to do. They obviously have a huge marketing budget.
Yeah, clearly.
So we'll send the drone over. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in Haiti next. Traveling this week, but in Haiti next week. Maybe Friday, but like probably drop by in the next week or two.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Sweet, man. Well, Cole's wife's calling. Joni Love.
That's a whole nother episode if we get Joni on.
Yeah.
Joni's opinion on things.
Yeah. All right.
All right, see you.
Have a great day.
Cool guys.
Bye.
Later.
Guys, yeah.
So I guess we better wrap it up because the boss is calling.
Oh, well, I think we're opening in a minute, so
Yeah.
she's trying to figure stuff out. But
All
anyway,
right.
thanks for coming by.
Yep.
All
Have
right.
a great day.
Everyone, buy
Powering the
books.
print.
Buy Allmade and books.
Yeah.
See, she won't stop.
All right.
She's out of control.
Bye.
See ya. Hey.